everybody, thanks for joining us and welcome to the 28th episode of Fight Like the Movies, the tutorial series we study cinema's most epic fight scenes and implore we discover and develop a deeper understanding of film combat. I'm your instructor TJ Cencula. This week's lesson, Bloodsport. A 1988 film directed by Newt Arnold, stunt coordination by Steve Lee Carding, and fight coordination by the actual Frank Dukes, whose real-life experiences inspired this film and the character portrayed by Jean-Claude Van Damme. Roll it! Because of his big legs and karate, Jean-Claude Van Damme can do the splits no problem. In fact, it's his signature move. Bloodsport is one of Jean-Claude Van Damme's breakout roles. And it's even more amazing that it's based on the real-life exploits of martial arts expert Frank Dukes. The boldest, bravest, and best martial arts masters from all throughout the world gathered together to compete in the ultimate fighting championship, the Kumite. This film exposes us to tons of different martial arts styles. Classic Kung Fu, Japanese Shotokan, South Korean Taekwondo, and even this crazy African monkey style. We see sumo wrestlers, bar brawlers. This ultimate martial arts mix-up is part Mortal Kombat and part UFC. Former Bruce Lee foe and Enter the Dragon vet Bolo Yeung plays Van Damme's ultimate rival. And at age 50, not only is his fighting phenomenal, but I'll bet he could knock out most of his opponents with just a mere flex of his mighty pectoral muscle. As the fight coordinator, real-life Frank Dukes was able to ensure that the real-life underground fight scene found its way to the big screen. And many of his real-life techniques inspired the choreography of this film. But of course, when it cocomes to a fight with JCVD, we demand the splits. And we demand a lot of it. And we want to see jumping splits. And we want to see jumping spinning splits. Multiple times. In slow motion. Very few attacks in this movie don't find their marks, which requires the actors and stunt performers to play a lot of reactions. It's bloody, brutal, and it went on to inspire not only other action films, but video games and real-life fighting competition. The real-life Frank Dukes is an amazing martial artist with an incredible pedigree. Whether it's smashing Jack Daniels bottles from the top down with his bare hand, shattering champagne bottles with compound kicks, or palm striking his way through bulletproof glass, this guy's got all the goods. We have Frank Dukes to thank for inspiring this super amazing film and bringing his real-world fighting experience to the choreography. But we also owe a debt of gratitude to Mr. Van Damme for solving one of history's most probing, enigmatic, and provocative equations. Big legs plus karate equals no problem. Let's meet that brave class cast who'll compete in our film fight. Pop those prodigious pec muscles and prepare for action! You can't talk about a Jean-Claude Van Damme fight scene without talking about epic splits. It is his signature move. It's one of the unique things he brings to the table that not a lot of action stars can do, and they always make the most out of it. Now, we can't exactly expect everyone in the class to bust out the splits, but we wanted to embrace the spirit of the movies by doing cool compound kick attacks that travel up and down the length of the body, exploring a big variety of target areas so that we can make some very specific and unique reactions so we can kind of practice the way that the body moves different ways when it's impacted in different places. We wanted to make almost every single attack make contact with the opponent. Now, in the stunt world, there's really two things you could mean when you say contact hit. Sometimes it means that the stunt person is actually making contact with the other person in real life. Usually, the degree of skill and expertise possessed by the martial artist or stunt performer allows them to pull their hit so that it doesn't hit at full force, but still a very difficult and highly advanced technique that is not without danger. The other is a contact hit describes as the character being hit, but in real life we're exploiting the different angles of the camera to make it appear as though they're being hit, even though in real life we are a safe proximity away. When playing attacks to the head or face, your body doesn't move like a solid block. It operates more like a bowling ball on a spring. On impact, it's going to turn your head in the direction of that force, it'll recoil back, and then finish back in that original direction. The rest of your body is going to also rotate with it, just as a matter of being connected to your head. Most people are capable of generating more than enough power to give yourself whiplash if you're reacting too hard, and all of that can be avoided by simply limiting your motion to within your muscular control. That way I can do it take after take after take without suffering any kind of neck damage. When you hit somebody in the torso, it's like punching a piece of rubber. Your hand doesn't magnetically stick to it, it's going to immediately rebound off. So instead of it looking like this, boom, and sticking, it's more like bah! That was my Van Damme impression. In real life, when you suffer a very hard impact, the first thing that happens is your knees are gonna buckle. It's gonna send a signal up to your brain saying, I'm falling, catch me. And then if you're not knocked unconscious, that signal will make it back to your body and you will catch yourself and you'll get a reaction that looks something like this. But when we act, sometimes it gets a little bit farther away from the truth and we want to bend from the waist, like this. When you're doing fight scenes like those that appear in the movie Bloodsport, you can't hide behind any super cool weapons or costumes. It's your body that is the weapon. Your muscles are the costume. It was crucial that as we went through this process, we made sure that all the hits looked like they were really making contact so that we don't see air. Air is really the enemy of success when you're making a hit with contact, because it means that your angles weren't lined up correctly to the camera, and then that way you don't sell the desired effect to the audience.
Because of my big legs, and right, I do the splits, no problem. Because of my big legs, and right, I do the splits, no problem. I do the splits, no problem.
Champion of Mortal Kombat!
Johnny Cage.
Put up your Frank Dukes, bro!
Round 1. Fight! Oh! Excellent.
Nothing beats the original.
You win fatality.
I can do the splits, no problem.
And cut! That's a wrap, everybody. Great job. Ugh. What did you... It's you.
Great job.
Hey, thanks. Listen, I'm a huge fan. Do you think maybe you can give me a few pointers? Okay,
No!
Maybe you could show me that really cool spinning splits helicopter kick?
Not on your life.
Maybe you wanna loosen up the old joints, go a few rounds.
You and what army?
Oh, come on.
You like sushi? Bon voyage.
Special thanks to the real Frank Dukes for living such an amazing life, inspiring an awesome film, and in turn inspiring a young martial artist. I also want to thank Kevin Keeling and Takuo Kanemaru for helping me with the after-hour shoot. And that is a wrap.
Because of my big legs and karate, I can do the splits, no problem.
See you next time.
Thanks for checking out Fight Like the Movies. I hope you enjoyed watching it as much as we enjoyed making it. Go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe, and share with all your other bloodthirsty friends. You can follow us on Facebook where you can interact with the class, ask us questions about stunts, sword fighting, or movie martial arts. We live for this kind of stuff. You can also follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Warrior Showdown. And what an incredible journey this has been. There's only 2 weeks left. Don't miss your chance to join us at Swordplay Studios in Burbank, California, Wednesday night, 8:30 to 10 p.m. All skill levels are welcome. You know we'd love to see you there. And cut.